The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The National Bureau of Investigation has filed criminal charges against suspended Congressman Arnie Teves. These are still over the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo, and that also left 9 others dead. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla said that Teves is facing multiple murder, multiple frustrated murder, and attempted murder complaints. This development means that Teves now has the opportunity to file his counter affidavit. The Justice Secretary clarified, though, that the lawmaker cannot file this while he is outside the country. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has yet to confirm the exact whereabouts of Congressman Arnie Teves. This comes less than a week before the end of the 60-day suspension imposed on the Negros Oriental representative. House Secretary General Reginald Velasco reiterated that the lower chamber can provide protection if and when Teves decides to return to the Philippines. The SecGen also said that the House Committee on Ethics still has to discuss the course of action on Arnie Teves, noting that they're considering Teves' expulsion from Congress.
Up to this time, wala kaming na-receive na confirmation that he is really arriving or returning today. So, we're still waiting. It's not the end of the day, no? As you know, hanggang 12 midnight tayo. So, wala pa kaming na-receive na confirmation so far.
And Metro Manila mayors see no need to reimpose the mask mandate despite the uptick in COVID-19 cases. Metro Manila Council Chairman and San Juan Mayor Francis Zamora said the region is still in the low-risk category, citing data from the Health Department. However, Mayor Zamora noted that local governments have the autonomy to impose mandatory mask mandates through local ordinances. Manila Mayor Honey Lacuna earlier reinstated the mandatory masking for employees and visitors to the City Hall of Manila due to the spike in cases.
Pag makita natin na talagang patuloy na tataas ang bilang ng mga kaso at yung hospital utilization rate ay tumaas, ibig sabihin yung mga nagkakasakit dahil sa COVID ay kinakailangan ng dalhin sa ospital, ibig sabihin ay gumagrabe ang sitwasyon. Ngunit sa ngayon, within the low risk category pa rin tayo.
Meanwhile, the Private Hospitals Association of the Philippines has observed an increase in the number of COVID-19 patients. PHAPI says the figure has increased by 20 to 50% over just the last 30 days. In other news, the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP, reiterated that the transmission grid cannot be remotely accessed by China. The privately owned grid operator assured the Senate Energy Panel that their substations are only operated by Filipinos. The State Grid Corporation of China owns a 40% stake in the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, with the remaining 60% owned by a Filipino consortium. But Senator Tulfo and his colleagues in the hearing were not convinced. The lawmakers also asked about dividends being paid out by the NGCP to its shareholders, with Tulfo alleging that 95% of profits go to investors and only 5% is reinvested for development.
95% ng kita po ng NGCP na pupunta po sa dividendo and only 5% ang nire-reinvest sa development. What the Bakit po ganon? Puro pagkakamkam po ng salapi ang nasa utak po ninyo dyan sa NGCP. Wala na ho kayong concern para sa kapakanan ng bayan.
We don't have that information.
And if kayo po yung pumipirma sa mga dokumento tungkol po sa revenue, don't tell me na kayo po ay tanga. Sorry for the word. Kasi kung sasabihin nyo hindi nyo alam, tanga kayo. Ba't pa kayo naging corporate secretary? Maliban na lang kung kayo po ay nagtatanga-tangahan.
We have more stories for you after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The National Federation of Sugar Workers says that there is no sugar shortage. Speaking to Radyo 5, NFSW Secretary General Butch Lozande reiterated that they are against the new importation order for some 150,000 metric tons of sugar. According to Lozande, the back-to-back imports of 200,000 metric tons and 440 metric tons of the commodity is already sufficient. Lozande added that based on the numbers, the country has enough supply as local output is already at 1.83 million metric tons on top of the recent imports. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. 39 crew members, including 5 Filipino sailors, are missing after a Chinese fishing vessel capsized in the Indian Ocean. The Philippine Coast Guard Command Center said it is coordinating with the Chinese embassy in Manila, as well as search and rescue teams operating near the vessel's last known location. The House Committee on Basic Education and Culture has approved a consolidated bill that will primarily exempt teachers from the child abuse law. The committee approved in principle a measure aiming to protect teachers from blanket charges of child abuse by qualifying what actions fall under their disciplinary authority inside the classroom. Transportation Secretary Jimmy Bautista says that the shift from gas-fueled transportation to electric vehicles is needed now more than ever. The Transportation Department is studying the possibility of requiring public utility vehicles to go electric. This is in a bid to decarbonize the country's road network and improve air quality. One News Now will be back at 5:30 p.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.